This episode is being brought to you by Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Alaska Realty. Whether you're investing in residential, buying or selling, commercial properties anywhere in the state of Alaska, we're here to assist. To reach us, you can contact me at lottie@lottiemichael.com or my cell phone, 907-242-7603. And for comments or questions about residential properties, reach out to Connie Yoshimura at 907-229-2703, 229-2703. Hi, and welcome back to All Things Real Estate in the great state of Alaska. I'm Lottie Michael. I'm the host today. Well, I'm the host every time. But anyway, I've got some really great, interesting guests today. You know, the Alaska real estate market is changing all the time. And it takes new blood and it takes new ideas and it takes thinking out of the box to make all of this happen. And our guest today is Seth Kroenke. He's with Alaska Precast Solutions, and I'm going to just ask him to kind of take it away. It's really an exciting venture, what he's doing and he's bringing to our state. Seth, hi and welcome.
Thank you, Lottie. Appreciate the time and the opportunity to talk about our newest venture. So Alaska Precast Solutions, it's Alaska's first semi-automated precast concrete manufacturing facility, 55,000 square feet.
I'm going to interrupt you. This is so impressive. He's not telling you how great it is. I flew down and took a tour of it. It's huge in Ninilchik, right?
Nikiski.
Yeah. I've been here all my life. I don't know. It's huge and you're employing all these local people, but I mean, it's so impressive. I mean, you hit the ground running.
We really have. It's been 7 or 8 years now in the making. It started with a tour to Finland in 2018. That's where we're pulling the majority of our equipment from is from Finland. And so it's a technology that's been around since the 60s. Hollow core concrete is what we're going to be producing. And I think what makes it unique is we're taking this technology that's been around for 70 years and we're reapplying it to Alaska. And originally the technology was mostly designed to be used in horizontal fashion. We're repurposing it to be able to use it in a vertical fashion as well. And it's allowed us to enter into these different venues that Alaska really needs help.
Yeah.
One of them being housing. So we have developed a modular home that is, our first prototype is 1,103 square feet. Is that right, Kevin? Yep. By the way, this is Kevin Clark. He's my executive vice president, been our longest standing employee. And so he's been right at the helm with me, pushing this through. Just wanted to
good to meet you.
So 1,103 square feet is our first prototype. Of course, we're able to do any square footage. We're going to have 3 or 4 homes that are kind of boilerplate template homes, but it's a entire concrete envelope. So concrete roof, concrete walls, concrete floor that can go on a pile.
It's a box.
It's a box, right? But it's an indestructible box.
Yeah.
It's a box.
I toured it. It's so impressive. You can't believe it.
It's a box that will be there for 200, 300. I mean, I feel like 200 or 300 years is a long time, but then you go to Europe and look at concrete homes that have been there for 1,000 or 2,000 years.
Yeah.
Right. So probably 200 or 300 years isn't giving it the justice it deserves. But I feel like if we say it farther than that, nobody will believe us. Right.
Yeah.
But we're trying to design a home that can take everything that Alaska can throw at it. The winds, the hurricanes, the monsoons, the tsunamis, and be there after we get through. Because I mean, these events, let's be honest, they're every year.
Yeah.
Every year we have events like this and we have houses floating down the river or getting blown over by the wind, or in the best case scenario in Western Alaska, being absolutely destroyed within 20 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's not a good investment for the taxpayers. It's not a good investment for the homeowner. So we want to provide a solution that will make a good investment and a long-term investment. And so we're really, really excited about it. By the way, you can buy this home from our factory in Nikiski and you can erect it on any site in 5 days.
Yeah, I was there when you were proving that to me.
Yeah.
I mean, just boom. It doesn't take special train. You can send it out to the bush and someone can put it together.
And that's the plan. So it is going to take a certain level of training to erect it, but it's not super advanced. We're going to train people to be able to erect these. And so our plan is to bring people to our plant to teach them how to do it properly. And we want to be involved in the structural component just to make sure that the structure is properly constructed. And then at that point, we can hand it off to the local housing authority or the local homeowner, and they're able to finish it, side it, insulate it, interior cladding.
So this is a residential application.
Yep.
But you could just as easily do a medical facility with it or
Medical
office building.
warehousing, office buildings, medical centers, data centers, new power plants. I mean,
Data centers.
we've heard
Buzzword.
I mean, Alaska, we've heard everything. Alaska LNG and the 13 data center RFP. And, I think we're poised as a state to really recognize some good growth.
Yeah, you can feel it in the air
You
right
can,
now. You can absolutely feel how exciting Alaska is right now.
And currently, with those projects coming here, we don't have a good solution for fast, somewhat modular type of construction, and we're left with these labor needs, which labor is a big deal, but it's becoming increasingly difficult, especially when you get off the road system or in Bush, Alaska,
Right.
to get people to want to travel there. So we need to try to develop systems that can try to minimize and reduce that on-site labor. We're not going to eliminate it, and we don't want to eliminate it, but we want it to be realistic.
And what I like is that you're going to get the unit out in the bush, wherever that is.
Yep.
And it's going to be there, and it'll be viable for hundreds of years. I mean, it'll be
a true multi-general asset.
I mean, that's big.
Yeah.
That saves the environment. It saves the landfill. It saves, it makes so much sense.
It does. Yeah, it's a lot better investment than the styles of construction that we've been having to rely on.
Yeah. Disposable property, real estate. That's not good.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, we're excited.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So when I saw on your campus, you had a house going up.
Yep.
Nearly done. When is the first one being scheduled to be shipped out?
So we're still working through the initial pre-order. So keep in mind that the manufacturing facility isn't even going to be done until September. So we're gonna be working through the brand new equipment and getting it online in September. So we knew that we needed a model home. We needed proof of concept. So we designed it. We engineered it. We had a local Alaska engineering firm help us with all the engineering. They've been a great partner, Reed Middleton. They've just done a great job. They believe in what we're doing. And so Dave Steerwald has been a great partner for us already in his firm.
And how difficult is it now that you've got it engineered and everything? If I wanted a building in Western Alaska with 12-foot ceilings rather than 8-foot or 15-foot clear height, how difficult would that be?
Not at all. We would want to go back to the engineering and get a new set of drawings. We have to have drawings anyways to manufacture it. So it might be 4 or 6 weeks, depending on how busy they are, to get that new set of drawings. But then once we have that, we can file it away to be reused later, but we can, move it right into manufacturing. And I mean, this plant is capable of manufacturing at that 1,103 square foot home. It's like 2.3 homes a day we can manufacture.
Nice.
So, I mean, we can really put a real dent in this backlog that the state has.
And for larger properties, there's nothing that would prohibit assembling more than one 1,100 square foot.
No, as a matter of fact, for larger properties, if we're talking on the road system, I think a multi-unit type of structure where you get multi-unit units stacked up, and because all of these walls are concrete, so they're fire barriers. So it allows permitting for multi-unit type of applications way easier. You don't have the double sheetrock. You don't have all the fire barriers. The way we're building them now are very labor intensive, right? And so just by the nature of the concrete product, it already meets those very stringent fire barrier criteria.
We want to take a quick moment to thank Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Alaska Realty for supporting this episode. One of the things we appreciate about our team is that our agents do far more than open a door. We help clients understand neighborhoods, evaluate investment opportunities, navigate commercial leases, prepare homes for sale, and make smart long-term real estate decisions. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or a growing business looking for office space or a national or international Fortune 500 company exploring opportunities in Alaska. We're here to facilitate and help you. Visit Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, AlaskaRealty.com to connect with Lottie Michael at 907-242-7603 or Connie Oshimura at 907-229-2703.
And who do you see using these these structures? Would these be homeowners or would these be corporations or?
That's a really good question. I think originally when we go back 7 years and we're developing our business plan, we wrote two significant business plans. We didn't go into this lightly because it's a big investment. And so I think initially when we looked at this, we were very focused and we thought it was just the commercial market, the hotels, hospitals, multifamily, office buildings, maybe warehousing. And I think we really didn't give it the justice it deserves. This stuff is so applicable. The further we get into this, the more we realize that this is applicable across multiple sectors, whether it's a first-time home buyer or the United States government and everything in between. We had a general 2 weeks ago up in Fairbanks. They're looking for some you can probably describe it, a cold weather, quick deployment.
Yeah, so it's a vast array of warm storage buildings to supplement their cold weather operational readiness. So we're working in conjunction with the team at UAF and the Arctic Infrastructure Development Center to provide a solution for our rapid deploy building structure. So we're looking into getting into a seed project with them probably in the next 30 to 45 days for 2 different size structures.
Big sense.
Yeah, and the general said, quote, he said, "We don't need anything else besides what Alaska Precast Solutions can offer to us." That was pretty statement.
And I don't know how long I've known you, a couple of years ago. But when I first met you and we were talking about Alaska Precast Solutions, I was thinking of mobile home residential. As you may or may not know, I'm involved with several mobile home parks and RV parks in the state. And I was thinking, I was just totally focused on just that one application. So I thought it was interesting, but I kind of put it, in the back burner in my brain, which isn't far distance. But then this came back up about a year ago. You were telling me about it, and I just kept getting more and more excited about what you're doing. And I'm totally excited about being part of your team. So
Yeah, we've been in discussions. Multiple branches in the military. The FAA has approached us. The new tunnel that they're going to be digging between Bradley Lake and
Dixon Glacier.
It's a 4.5 mile tunnel that's 16 feet in diameter, and it's all specced with precast concrete. And they thought they were going to have to ship in this concrete from the lower 48 at an exorbitant price.
Oh, yeah.
And so AEA reached out to us and said, "Hey, can you do this?" We said, "Absolutely."
Wow.
So we'd have to retool a little bit, but having 55,000 square feet available to us and potentially another plant gives us the ability to be flexible like that and to take on jobs like that. That job alone would consume our capacity for, the better part of a year.
And we happen to have enough laydown space for a job of that magnitude. You have to be able to produce the segmental tunnel liners and then have 10 acres dedicated to just storing that product to be able to ship it down to Homer.
I was impressed not only with the size of your laydown yard, but how organized it was. There wasn't any wasted space, and there wasn't like an area with just like dead stuff. It was just all usable and organized. That speaks to how you think and how you operate.
Yep. We've been operating a construction company for a decade and a half now. And we both come from construction backgrounds from the Midwest. And we both have chosen Alaska to be our home. We've been up here for 25 years now. And so
You're an Alaskan.
Yeah. All my kids have been born here. And we're not going anywhere. But
even if the kids stay, you're staying?
Well, at least.
See, if my kids stayed, I'd have to leave.
Yeah. I think it'd be opposite for that. If my kids stay, that means I'm staying. If we're talking to G1.
Yeah.
But we've always recognized that a clean job site is a healthy job site and a happy job site.
Yeah.
So staying clean and organized, it's a big deal. It's the first thing people see when they tour. It's the first thing employees see when they come to work. And so we hold a very high regard for cleanliness and organization.
Well, everyone there seemed to be really proud of what they're doing and excited about you guys are creating.
Yeah, and to speak a little bit more about the cleanliness, from a construction standpoint, it's always been a top number one priority alongside safety, right? But now when we're getting into manufacturing, it's a whole nother ball game. So we've been really doing a lot of justice in getting into lean manufacturing techniques and just helping create a culture around lean manufacturing, all the way from the construction of the manufacturing facility to the day we're ready to cut that red ribbon.
Nice.
And hopefully you're there for that.
Absolutely.
September.
So tell me, how did you come up with this idea?
That's
What was lacking in our market or in construction that you saw there's a hole that needs to be filled?
I think I got to go back a little bit further than that. So my first career in Alaska, right out of school, was hunting and fishing. So my wife and I moved to Bush, Alaska. We spent 14 years on Lake Clark, and we started a hunting fishing lodge. And so that's what we did. One of my clients, I'll try to keep this short. One of my clients is in love with concrete. So concrete technology. And he instilled this love of concrete in me. And him and I started the construction company in 2012 out there, specializing in concrete. And so if you just follow that, Kevin and I were at a business leadership, and we're trying to decide we're looking at the life cycle of businesses and the life cycles of industries. And we're trying to decide, what industry are we in? Are we a constructor? Are we a general contractor? Are we specialty contractor? Are we a developer?
Yeah.
At that point, we weren't even thinking about manufacturing. This is probably 10 years ago. And we decided together, him and I decided together, we're a concrete company. That's what we do. We love concrete. Right? So then we looked at concrete in as a life cycle. So okay, when was concrete developed? The Romans. The Romans developed concrete. How many years ago? 2,000, 3,000 years ago? Right, the Colosseum. It's been proven.
It's been tested.
Right. So then you look at today, is concrete dead? No, it's pegged right in prime. There's no other technology that's even close to what concrete can do for the world of construction and infrastructure. So I think that led us down this path. That's like, okay, we love concrete. It's a dynamic industry that's not going away. How can we bring new and improved concrete technology to Alaska? What does Alaska need? And that was the start of that journey.
Nice.
Yep.
And you've been along every step of the way, pretty much.
Every step of the way. Yep, I'm a third generation concrete kid from Michigan, and I got bit by the Alaska bug in my high school days, and just itching to find my way how I could get to Alaska and start my professional journey. And once I got here, I never looked back.
Yeah, that's a good story. That's a good story. Okay, so what else is in store for us with Alaska Precast Solutions?
Yeah, I mean, I think right now it's all hands on deck, getting this finished, finishing the construction, getting the equipment. We have a lot of equipment. I would say 50% of our equipment is on site now. The other 50% is scattered across parts of Alaska, different ports, Port of Anchorage, Port of Seward, a little bit in Seattle, some still coming from Milwaukee. Our second big equipment supplier was from Milwaukee. They did all of our aggregate materials, processing equipment. So getting this building built, getting the equipment installed, and getting this plant commissioned. And then side by side, locking in these POs with all these different jobs. We got into just a small handful of the different jobs that have reached out to us already and are requesting pricing and requesting consideration. So now is
raw materials. How difficult is it for you to get the raw materials necessary for what you're doing?
So concrete really has three, or the product that we're making has three main ingredients: rock and sand, gravel, cement, and steel. And so the cement and steel have to come from outside. There's the cement supplier here in Anchorage that we're a good partner with. And then the steel there's quite a few options with the strands of steel. We have several different vendors.
Because you have rebar and mesh in all of these.
Nope. This is all pre-stressed concrete. So it's taking steel cable, 1/2-inch steel cable, 5/8 in some cases, and 3/8 in a smaller setting, stretching it to 60 or 70,000 pounds, casting the concrete around it, and then cutting it. And it's a different technology than we've had available to us in Alaska.
Yeah.
Pre-stressed concrete. So the biggest component that we use is rock and sand gravel. And we have a 100-year supply at our site.
I saw that.
Yep.
Okay.
So, yep.
Well, great. This has been really good. And I'm going to ask you to come back after the ribbon cutting
Love to.
and take it from there. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We should also mention that we're actively engaging interested people to come down to our facility and give you a tour. So feel free to reach out to us at the Alaska Precast Solutions office, and we'd be happy to have anyone come down.
Sounds perfect.
Thanks again, Lottie.
Thanks. Thank you very much for coming.
Now, tell us, how long have you been in the real estate business?
I'm going into my 19th year.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
What did you do before you went into real estate?
I was in the title business.
Mhm.
Yeah, I worked with commercial real estate. So I did mainly commercial real estate with the marketing department and did some title and some escrow as well. And prior to that, I was in the residential side of title insurance and escrow. And it was a great transition to go from there to real estate, because the one challenge was that all of my sphere of influence were all realtors.
You also have another love, which is some athletic opportunities, right? So tell
Yes.
us about those.
So part of my longtime career in real estate involved me also coaching at West Anchorage High School for cross-country running, track and field. I was the head coach there for quite a few years. And it was just great giving back to the community, working with the young kids, their parents, the West Anchorage community. It feels like it's, I'm calling myself a Westie, even though I live in the downtown area. So yeah, and it was just it was a wonderful way of giving back. Got a lot of enjoyment and fulfillment out of it.
Well, I think that coaching is really part of real estate, right?
Yes, very much
It's
so.
just a different skill set and different knowledge, but it is still all about coaching people through
Right.
one of the most important transactions of their life. But you made a switch several years ago in real estate. You were still in real estate, but you switched from direct listing and sales into sort of a luxury boutique property management company. And I remember I remember saying, Ruth, why would you want to do that? You were a very successful realtor. So tell me about that experience and what you've gained and learned and why you love doing that.
So
now,
it wasn't so much of a switch as it was more of a additional service I offered, because my main clientele is going to be working with buyers and sellers, but you're going to find there's always a need for housing, and some people just are not in a position to buy, or they have decided not to because they're only going to be here so many years. So there's always a need for housing. So I decided to go do a small boutique property management company at a certain price point, and that way I would market myself that way, and then I would be very hands-on. I'd offer a service where I'm very communicative. I'm available when something needs to be done. I immediately called them back. And I saw a need for that. There was one-on-one, contact and lots of interaction between not just the owners, but also the tenants as well.
well, I think that's an exceptionally nice part of a real estate career. And how much longer you can sell real estate?
Till I'm not breathing anymore.
That's right. That's how I feel. No, really,
Yeah, no.
because it is a life. It is a lifestyle, and it's really very rewarding.
It
right?
really is.
Because you're helping people at a very important time in their life, whether they're sellers or whether they're renters. And you found a niche in the marketplace that I think was really, really lacking, which was professional, hands-on, day-to-day opportunities for sellers to find a good leasing agent to work with. Is there an additional charge for pets?
Yes, there is. Because I always encourage a pet deposit per pet.
Per pet. All right. Okay.
I always
there he is now. He's paying attention right now.
Pet. So pet deposits are really important because some people say, well, just raise the monthly rent. Could I do that? And I go, well, you're not going to get the benefit just raising the monthly rent. What you want to do is have a deposit. It gets deposited into the owner's account. Their security deposit, the tenant's security deposit, goes into the trust account of Berkshire Hathaway. But the pet deposit goes directly to the owner. And then they have the driver's wheel with that, because I do the final walkthrough with the tenant. And if it's in normal condition, not if it's usual wear and tear, not unusual wear and tear, then they'll get that deposit back. But if there's wear and tear from the pet, that deposit will get capped for.
So, any final words of advice for renters? How can renters be competitive if the market is so tight? How can a renter, a potential tenant, get prepared?
Well, they need to have a good rental history because I do a thorough background check. And if I find that they've always paid their rent on time, that they've got the owner of the property or the property manager says that they left the place in great condition, they paid their bills on time, their utility bills, they paid their rent on time, and have a good credit score, they're going to be the most desirable candidate for the owner to pick. And good job, history. I always call the employers to verify their job and their salary amount, all of that. And I get permission, of course, from, the tenant knows that up front, that's what I'm going to be doing through the background interview process.
Thanks again to Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Alaska Realty for sponsoring this episode. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in the great state of Alaska, be sure to contact us. Connie Yoshimura at 907-229-273, or for commercial activity, Lottie Michael, CCIM at 907-242-7603.